What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Brickyard 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series has Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a 2.5-mile racetrack that has a lot of history with it, whether it's Indy 500 or whether it is the Brickyard 400. A lot of great historical moments have happened at this racetrack, and it's one of the best venues in the world. The last time I ran the Brickyard 400 in 2024, it was won by Kyle Larson, who picked up his first ever Brickyard 400 win. He'll be back this time around to pick up a second straight Brickyard 400 win and also his fourth win of the 2025 season. Let's get that done this weekend at this track. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is really not looking too promising. It's going to be 86 degrees high with 75 degrees as a low with a 50% chance of rain with heavy thunderstorms. The weather can change over the course of the next couple days, but right now the weather is not looking too great at the moment right now, and there's a good chance of delays, and possibly we could be racing time and also racing the weather on Sunday at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This also is going to be the final TNT race of 2025 and also the final race of the in-season tournament. Either Ty Dillon or Ty Gibbs will come in here and win the in-season tournament and score $1 million at the end of the event. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. Now, usually I got 2 suck picks, 2 underdog picks, a winner's pick, and 5 drivers you need to watch out for. But because we have a crown jewel event going on this weekend, I got 3 suck picks, 3 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who I don't think will have pace and speed. I got 3 underdog picks, 3 drivers I think will have a good run who need a good run this weekend or are really good at this type of track under fun equipment. And I do my winner's pick, the drivers you need to watch overall. And instead of 5 ones to watch, I got 6 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Brickyard 400? My first suck pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. This is going to be really bold because William Byron has been generally very, very solid this year. However, I looked up his most recent numbers over the last 8 or 9 events. And in the last 7 or 8 NASCAR Cup Series races, William Byron has scored 0 top 5s and only has 2 top 10s during that stretch. And generally during the summertime, William Byron is not as strong. And last year in this race, he crashed out of the event and fell out in the middle portion of the race. I think William Byron's not going to run completely horrendously, but I think it's not going to be a good run for William Byron. Something may go wrong for the 24 team. They just haven't been as consistent as of late. I think, unfortunately, for this weekend, it is going to be a little bit of a struggle for William Byron at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My second suck pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a driver of the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing, Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez has struggled a lot throughout 2025. We obviously know he will not be returning to Trackhouse Racing next year, but Daniel Suarez is sitting 29th in the standings currently at the moment. And I really have not seen a ton of speed out of the 99 at most tracks, especially as of late. I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Daniel Suarez this weekend at the track. I think more than likely he's going to run outside the top 15 and top 20. He hasn't really ran that great at Indianapolis to begin with. I think it's going to be a struggle, and I think it's going to be tough for him to be a really big factor this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My third and final suck pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the driver of the 7 car for Spire Motorsports, Justin Haley. You look at his teammates, Michael McDowell and Carson Hocevar, they both had really good speed. Justin Haley, since the early portion of the year, has not had a ton of speed this year. And Justin Haley in this race last year with Rick Ware, I think he struggled a little bit if I remember correctly. So I really don't trust Justin Haley going into the weekend. I don't think the pace and speed is going to be there for him to be a major factor. I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for this car to really show up to the racetrack. I think Justin Haley will struggle just a little bit this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Brickyard 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the driver of the A car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. The last 3 races for Kyle Busch have been really, really good. He's had 3 straight top 11 finishes, and I feel like the speed of the A car has actually been showing up a little bit more. On top of that as well, Kyle Busch has a lot of good history at the track as he's won 2 previous Brickyard 400s in 2015 and 2016. I think Kyle Busch is going to be a factor for at least another top 10. He had a lot of speed last year in this race as well before unfortunately getting involved in a crash. It was unfortunately his own fault. I think Kyle Busch will have a good run though, and I think he'll show some really good and solid speed this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace has historically been pretty good at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He finished really well here back in 2019. I think he won a stage last year as well and showed really good speed in the event and led a ton of laps in the race last year as well. I expect that 23 car to be really, really strong. I think that 2311 Racing is going to try to bring the best pace and speed. Yes, of course, they're in an open car currently at the moment, but at the end of the day, I think Bubba Wallace will have a very good chance and a strong opportunity to potentially pick up a really great finish and build a little bit of an edge on the cutoff line this weekend at Indianapolis. And my third and final underdog pick for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a driver of the 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. This also is going to be a little bit bold considering throughout oval runs this year, SVG's not been as strong compared to road courses. But the last couple of oval races that Shane Van Gisbergen's generally had has been a lot better. And last time he ran the Xfinity race at this track last year, he scored a top 5 finish. I don't see SVG going out there really scoring a top 5, but I think a top 15 and top 20 is certainly possible. I think a lot of the road course guys really do very well at this track. A lot of those guys in one race at Indianapolis. I think that Shane Van Gisbergen actually do really well and show some great speed and actually do pretty well at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Brickyard 400. Who am I picking to win? My winner's pick for this weekend has been circled throughout 2025. This guy, yes, had a lot of bad races leading up to Dover, or a lot of inconsistencies, but I saw a lot of speed once again from the number 5 team. They were really fast at Dover, ran top 5 a lot of the event, and had a fast enough car to contend for the victory. I think y'all know who I'm picking. I am picking the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson, who will be running that nice Hendrick 1100 Chevrolet once again. I think Kyle Larson scores, I believe, his 34th career Cup victory and has a really good weekend as he not only wins the Xfinity Series race, but I think he's going to win the Cup race this weekend. Kyle Larson's been really good at Indy, very, very strong, has a little bit of an edge with the experience at the track from racing there earlier this year. I think Kyle Larson will be the driver that goes to the victory lane and picks up the win and scores his second straight Brickyard 400 win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And now we're going ahead and jump on to drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Indianapolis. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott and this 9 team have really figured it out. Over the last 5 or 6 races, outside of a bad finish at the Chicago Street Course, which is still a top 20 finish, he's had consistent top 5 and top 10 runs and had a fast enough car to win at Dover last week and was really good at Pocono, a track where he was really good at earlier this year. I think Chase Elliott's going to be a factor. It would not surprise me or shock me if Chase Elliott is the one to go to victory lane. I think he's going to have a really strong and really good car this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The second driver I need to watch out for this weekend at Indy is a driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is 11-teamer on a roll currently at the moment. He's won the most races in NASCAR Cup competition with 4 wins, and Denny Hamlin has come very, very close to winning the Brickyard 400 many, many times before. I think Denny Hamlin's going to have a really good chance and opportunity. Was really fast at Pocono earlier this year. A track very similar to this when it comes to the track layout in some ways. I think that Denny Hamlin will be a really big factor to potentially get the win this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Indy is a driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Chase Briscoe. This 19 team is starting to show a lot of the speed that we kind of expected from Chase Briscoe. And he won at Pocono, track very similar to Indianapolis Motor Speedway earlier this year. And I think Chase Briscoe and the 19 team are really clicking. Plus, he's had back-to-back runner-up finishes and has been finishing in the top 5 and top 10 very, very consistently as of late. So I think Briscoe is going to be fast. It would not surprise me or shock me if he wins his 4th career Cup Series race and gets it done at Indianapolis. The fourth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Indy is the driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman and this 48 team are starting to show a lot more speed over the last couple weeks. He had a really strong run at Dover, finishing inside the top 5, ran really solid at Pocono, led some last finish in 11th, and he ran pretty solidly at Sonoma before falling back in the field a little bit. I think Bowman, though, is going to have a very solid car. I think that car is going to show some good pace and very solid speed. I think Alex Bowman will be up front and will do some good things potentially this weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway at the Brickyard 400. The fifth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Indy is the driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs. In the last 7 races, Ty Gibbs has scored 7 straight top 15 finishes and has climbed from 27th place in the points up to 16th. Also, I think very likely will win the in-season tournament with the speed that he has shown. And he's got 3 straight top 10s along with that as well. I think he will get redemption from a bad run last year due to engine issues, and I think that Ty Gibbs will have a very solid and very, very good car. I think he will be a factor for a potential win, and maybe he gets his first career win in the Brickyard. I think he's going to be really good this weekend at Indy. And his 6th and final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Indy is the driver of the 12th car for Team Penske, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, who's been really fast throughout 2025, has been probably the best guy when it comes to having long run speed this year, and long runs are going to be a really big factor. And at a track like this, you're going to have a really, really fast and good car, especially on the long run, and Ryan Blaney's been the best at that most of the season. I think he's going to have really good long run speed. I think the team is going to bring the pace and speed, and I think Ryan Blaney will be a major, major factor and might get that second win in 2025. I think he'll be up there contending for the win. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Brickyard 400. Just a reminder, my suck picks are William Byron, Daniel Suarez, Justin Haley. My underdog picks are Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Shane Van Gisbergen. My winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones to watch out for, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bowman, Ty Gibbs, and Ryan Blaney. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be it for the Race 6 video for the 2025 Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your picks below for this week in Indy. Who are your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and the ones you're watching out for? Let me know them in the comments below. In a little bit from now, you're going to see the paint scheme videos for the races at Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Then, of course, tomorrow we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We're going to also be doing the Truck Series race depending on what happens with the weather. Then, of course, on Friday, Saturday, depending on what happens with the weather, we'll have reactions to Cup qualifying along with the Xfinity race review. And then on Sunday, we'll have the Cup review for the Brickyard, the starting lineup video for that. And we'll also maybe have a Shane Van Gisbergen video then. And then, of course, on Monday, we'll probably have a NASCAR news video dropping as we head to Iowa Speedway and NBC makes their grand return for the week. We got content coming out, people like Shane Van Gisbergen, Haley Deegan, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Charlotte Creed, Sam Mayer, Kyle Larson, Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Clinton Zafron, Dodge Ram, Frankie Muniz, Connor Zilic, Red Bull, Junior Motorsports, you name it, San Diego, Chicagoland, Spire, potentially going Xfinity racing next year. We'll talk about all this stuff on the channel in the coming days and weeks as we transition to the remainder of the summer and we get through the rest of the time of the season. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.